So what we're going to do is we're going to tweak up one of the new clear CL2 Formula 37 bases. Obviously we're going to start with flashing, just a quick run across with a flame, and that's going to remove all that excess plastic around the prongs. Then what we got is we got our two electronic hot plates. One is set at 90 degrees. This is what you set the prongs on. And then one is set at 150 degrees, and I have beads and all my prongs, glass beads, and all my tools to manipulate the prongs on that. So 150 and 90. Going to take our Xuron 485 FN pliers, and the key for these is that you barely even touch the front. I mean, like, you're not really squishing. Because if you squish these front prongs too much, the plastic is very soft and they won't perform well. And then the back prongs, I'm going to do one, and then I'll show you the difference between them. About 3/4 of the way down. So if we look at the difference, how much I squished between this prong and this prong. That's what you're looking for, about that width right there. And then you do that to all the prongs, about 3/4 of the way down. That looks about even. You want to make sure they're all the same width. Less is more, again. This plastic can be a little, it's very soft, so it's very unforgiving. Okay, so if we look, what I've got now is I've got the back prongs, and they're a little wider, still got a lot of flexibility in them, and then the front prongs just squished a tiny bit. Then what we do is we grab our pliers from Merck Perkins, and we're going to curl them. These are obviously warm. Grab it about halfway down in the front. Alright. Curl it. So if you can see, I grabbed it about halfway down, and you can see that these prongs are bent in the front. Do the same thing with these. Okay? And then do the same thing with the back prongs. Go about halfway down. And then same thing here. I like to curl the ends so that they face backwards a little. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to angle, especially the back prongs. Curling means that the prongs are not straight, they're curled. Angling, you can angle the back prongs, and instead of them being straight, angling just means they're tilted towards the back of the base. So to angle them, we're going to get in here on the front of the prong, push down and try to manipulate the set of prongs, so that it's angled. If we look at these prongs are not only curled, but they're angled, and it's quite a bit different from these. These are more straight up. These are now angled towards the back. That's going to give you a lot of strength, okay, is the angling. Angling and curling is most of what tweaking is about, especially with these bases since the plastic is so soft. Okay, and then I'm going to angle the front just a little bit as well. The more you angle the front, the stronger it'll get, but also the not quite as fast, right? So there's a trade-off. Now I'm just going to use my fingers to try to make sure that all the prongs look about the same. Looks good. Now just set it on the hot plate. Try to get a flatter surface. Okay, so let's test it. Again, this is my first tweak with these guys. Let's test it against my strongest blue base that I have. Okay, that makes me really happy. Alright, let's turn them the other way. Yeah, let me turn the board down and see if the results are okay. Turn it again. that's really, really good. I'm really happy about that. But I've also had bases where what I've done, so this is the simple tweaking method. You don't cut, you don't do anything. With the other method, what I've done is basically the simple tweaking method, but I've also, excuse me, not that base. I've also clipped the front of the prongs, so we can see that there's a flat surface, and we can see that they're much shorter than the back prongs. And that gives us an excellent result as well. So here is the simple method with the clipped front. So that's it. The simple tweaking method, just basically, you don't squish a whole lot. It's less is more when it comes to this plastic and this Formula 37 because it's very soft. And it's mostly about prong position, mostly about angling, mostly about curling the prongs. Okay, thank you very much.